Look closely at the reality you have been avoiding. You are not exhausted from working 12 hours a day. You are exhausted because you are kneeling before inferior minds and calling it a career. You have been lied to your entire life. You were told that money follows fairness, honesty, and patience. But look around with eyes unclouded by hope. The financial world of today is an empty throne, where 99% of the crowd is trampling one another just to pick up the scraps falling from the table of the rulers. I am not here to comfort your poverty or praise your hard work. I am here to reveal a brutal truth. Money is war, not a peaceful exchange, a moral agreement, or a polite game. It is a bloodless psychological battlefield where the strong position themselves to feed, and the weak do not even realize they are being hunted. If you enter this conflict with the mindset of a good student, believing in rules designed to keep you predictable and controllable, you are already prey before you have even begun. In our world, the wise man creates the situation. The weak man waits for help. Effort without strategy is a leash. Discipline without power is just obedience. The screen is glowing. The battle has already commenced. Will you remain a resource to be harvested, or will you become the architect of your own dominion?
Observe the masses below. To them, the horizon is bounded by the next 30 days. Every paycheck you receive is not a reward. It is a strategic leash designed to make you predictable, controllable, and utterly harmless to the system. You have been indoctrinated to believe that a salary is security. In the architecture of power, security is a myth sold to those intended to remain resources for the elite. You are taught to save, to tuck away crumbs in the hope of a peaceful winter. But hear the truth. In the financial theater of war, passivity is an invitation to be hunted. While you play defense, the predators are positioning themselves to harvest your time, your focus, and your very belief in your own agency. Do not apologize for the cold isolation you feel. That gnawing dissatisfaction in your chest is not a malfunction, it is a positive mutation. It is the first step of the wolf evolving within the sheepfold. You are beginning to realize that effort without strategy is a leash, and discipline without power is merely obedience. We do not look at money as the crowd does. To the 99%, money is a merit badge for diligence or a certificate of honesty. To us, money is influence made visible. It is not paper, it is control. Control over time, so your hours are never again auctioned to inferior minds. Control over movement, allowing you to strike or vanish as the terrain demands. And most vital, control over outcomes. The architect does not pray for a favorable result, he engineers it. You are here because you are tired of being the stone. You are ready to become the hand that builds the fortress.
Listen well, for the air you breathe is filled with the lies of the weak. They speak of fairness to keep you from reaching for the crown, but you are here for the truth that bleeds. Remember this, enlightened one. Kindness without claws is only weakness in disguise. In the arena of wealth and influence, a prince who strives to be entirely virtuous among so many who are not will inevitably come to ruin. You must learn that being clement is a strategic choice, not a moral obligation. Many have allowed disorders to arise through excessive mercy, while a calculated strike restores order and loyalty. In the world of assets, generosity without calculation is merely a script for doom. When you give, you do not give for gratitude. You attach invisible strings to create a private debt of obligation. And etch this into your very soul. People will only fear you when they cannot predict your steps. The masses are simple. They are taken by what a thing seems to be and by the final results. To be transparent is to be vulnerable. You must be the fox to discover the snares and the lion to terrify the wolves. The inability to be threshed, your inscrutability, is the ultimate armor of the ruler. He who reveals his full intentions invites attack. He who moves in silence controls the entire board. Finally, understand the nature of your own presence. The world does not judge you by the truth. It judges you by the desperation in your voice. Men are so subject to their own necessities that they will always choose the strong over the right. If your voice carries the scent of need, you have already lost. The powerful do not change, only the weak do when money enters the room. To be a master of outcomes, your mind must remain a cold internal fortress, a silent observer that sees everything but reacts to nothing. The oracle has spoken. Now let us move from the shadows of theory into the military terrain of execution.
Theory is the mist. Strategy is the blade. To rule your assets is to rule the battlefield of human necessity. We shall now construct your internal fortress through 4 lethal formations of influence. 1. Economic positioning, the terrain of the ruler. The masses are blinded by the sweat of their own brows. They believe wealth is a reward for labor, a certificate of their own exhaustion. But the ruler understands a deeper truth. Money flows towards position, not effort. Consider the man who digs a ditch. He earns a wage for his toil. But the man who owns the land earns from every ditch dug upon it. And the man who controls the water beneath that land earns from both. They occupy the same earth, yet their positions dictate their destiny. You must re-engineer your identity. Stop asking how much you can earn per hour, and start asking how many nodes of value you can position beneath you so their time flows into yours. You must become the center of gravity that pulls value toward you, whether you are awake or asleep. Effort without position is merely a leash. 2. The fortress of silence, information withholding. Transparency is the crack in your armor through which the enemy strikes. In the world of assets, silence is the only fortress that no army can conquer. Most men spill their intentions like an overfilled cup, revealing their fears, their limits, and their next moves for the price of a moment's validation. You must speak little and reveal nothing. Mystery is power. Let your adversaries and even your allies guess at the true depth of your resources. When you withhold, you become unreadable, and when you are unreadable, you are dangerous. Let the world measure you as less than you are, so that when you finally strike, it is a total and absolute purge of their defenses.